I have a quick confession.
Uh-huh.
I'm one of the Sonic freaks.
Whoa.
Welcome, everybody, to Respawn Please, the weekly video game podcast where two friends come together to talk all things video games. I guess it's been like 2 weeks since we last did an episode. I guess it's not really been a weekly, but, whatever. We'll change that eventually, starting in 2025, which I got plans that I got to run by you.
Yeah.
Not you, the listeners, but you, L, my partner in crime here. I'm Jesus, your host, and with me as always is L. L, how the heck you doing, you son of a little potato friend?
I'm doing good. Oh, it's the time of this recording. It's a lovely Sunday. And so Sundays are always one of my favorite days just because it's kind of like, let's just enjoy whatever's left of the weekend. And we're coming up on a big holiday next week for those who celebrate it.
Yeah, for the U.S.
Probably
folks.
mostly in the U.S. probably, I would think. And so Thanksgiving. And so just getting ready for that and getting ready to have our first Thanksgiving here in California.
Nice. Are you excited about that? Are you doing anything big on Thanksgiving since this is your first in California?
I don't think so. I know me and my partner will be here celebrating it. We potentially thought that maybe like her dad was going to come to town, but we're not sure yet. So for right now, we're just planning it for us in case, like, maybe we have something where some of the friends come over or something.
Yeah. Nice. I will fly down there to celebrate with you all.
Yeah.
I'm not
come
doing
on
that.
down.
I don't have the money for that. I'm too poor. I'm of the poor variety.
Oh
I
my
don't have the ability to do that. Also, I have the flu. So I don't think I'll be able to. I mean, it's possible that I'll be recovered by then, but yeah.
That's hilarious. But yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. I like I said, I have the flu. I thought I had COVID for a little bit, but now I tested negative, and now I just confident that I have the flu just because I'm just blug. I was telling you before stream, and I'll tell everybody. I won't go into the details that I did with you. But, I was streaming the other night on Friday night. Elle and I were playing Call of Duty Zombies, and Elle had a malfunction with his audio, which was hilarious. And then promptly after that mishap, I ended my stream. I got off, and then I just immediately started throwing up everywhere. And I was probably up for like an hour, 2 hours afterwards, just throwing up everywhere. It was gross. It was disgusting.
Crazy.
And boy, oh boy, it was the worst. Because I mentioned while we were streaming, I was like, man, I'm getting dizzy. I'm feeling gross. No. I don't know if you remember that, but I was like, man, I'm not feeling good. So, And right afterwards, I was like, blech. So that's been my weekend so far. Yesterday, I tried to stream yesterday and I just couldn't do it. I just was like, I gotta sleep. I gotta lay down because I was getting too dizzy and just burning up. I'm still kind of feverish right now. I'm still hot, but I'm gonna just say I'm hot because the lights are on, and because I'm just beautiful. But anyways, Elle, what you been playing lately? Any exciting new games, or is it the same old, same old?
No, actually, so it has been really maybe like one new game, but of course, I occasionally been playing Overwatch, but two new games that I've been playing, of course, which I think we mentioned last time on stream was, of course, Subnautica was a new one. And then also Angerfoot. I've been playing Angerfoot a lot. Nice. So that's been really fun. I've been enjoying that game a lot. So, but Subnautica and Angerfoot, just trying to get through the stories. And then, of course, if I just want to jump in or jump out of something, Overwatch match or something like that, I'll do that for 20 minutes. But outside of that, of course, we played the COD Zombies, but really, I've only played it when I played it with you. I haven't just wanted to jump in, But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the Call of Duty Zombies is only with you too. Like, I have no interest in ever playing Call of Duty by myself off stream or anything like that. If I ever play it, it's going to be on stream. I plan on doing the campaign eventually, just because I hear it's good. But it will definitely be like a stream thing. I'm not going to play it on my own. I don't really play too many games on my own anymore, except if it's like Pokemon TCG, which I've just been addicted to. I have gotten 200. Hold on, let me see. I think I have 200 and something. Let me check real quick. Sorry, I'm gonna vamp here, man. I'm trying to collect all these Pokemon. They have a new set coming out soon.
Okay.
And then they have an event right now, the fire event, where you can get a bunch of fire Pokemon. So let me check. What am I at? I have 200 out of 226. So
Wow.
So I just need 26 more cards. This is not including the secret rares because the secret rares don't count to the total. I don't know how many secret rares I need, but
Interesting.
but I'm getting there. I just need 26 more cards, and like at this point, it's like I'm just getting like I open booster packs and it's just a bunch of duplicates. I'm just like, come on, give me the cards I freaking need to complete this stuff. And once you get the cards, you get a special Mew. You get a special Mew once you complete the set. Yeah, so that's just cool. So I'm trying to get to that Mew before this next set comes out and stuff. Because I'm not clear if the sets will like disappear. I don't know if if that's been confirmed or not. But it'd be really lame if like the sets disappear or like you can't complete a set when a new set comes out. I mean, I guess that's how Pokemon is ultimately with the actual real life booster packs. A set comes out and the older sets start to disappear and stuff.
Yep. I guess the rarity goes up or something.
Yeah. But it is what it is. But other than Pokemon TCG, that's really all I've been playing off stream. Like on stream, I'm slowly making my way through Dragon Age, the Veilguard. I love it. Love the game. Love it to death. Definitely, I'm fairly confident I'm at a point where I'm like, it's definitely not my game of the year.
Ooh,
but it's a fun game. It's a fun game.
Nice. Okay.
And then I started playing Stalker 2. And Stalker 2's fun. It's hard. It's fun.
Nice.
But yeah. Other than that, that's about it. I don't really have anything remarkable to talk about video game wise. I'm pretty boring these days. I've given up on Subnautica. I will say that.
Really?
Yeah. I just don't have the time to like learn the game off stream, and I'm getting tired of relying on chat because it's like I was streaming it for a while and it was like people just arguing with each other about what I should do next and stuff. I'm like, I should stop relying on chat and learn the game myself, and I'm just like, I don't have the time to. So I'm putting it on the shelf for now. Maybe like when my winter break comes, I'll be able to get back on it and stuff. But yeah, we're in the like final weeks of the semester, so it's like finals and stuff going and having to prepare for that, and
it's a lot going on.
So anyways, today's topic for the show is the Game Awards. The 2024 nominees are out, and so we're going to go through most of the categories. There's the content creator of the year, esports team, all that stuff. We're not going to talk about that because neither one of us, Elle or I, are very well educated when it comes to other content creators or esports or anything like that. So we're just going to focus on the game categories themselves. Elle, are you ready to talk about the games categories? Let me switch over. So we're going to start with most anticipated game. Most anticipated game, which is recognizing an announced game that has distributed the illustrated potential to push the game community forward. I can't speak. For this category, we have Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I didn't realize that was a subtitle for Death Stranding 2.
I didn't know that either. I thought it was just Death Stranding 2. I did not. I did. That's so funny.
It's just on the beach. Ghost of Yotei, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Elle, what do you think? Which game do you think is going to win this category? What do you think is going to be the most anticipated game?
It's definitely got to be GTA 6, doesn't it? Like it definitely I definitely could understand maybe something like I know a lot of people love Monster Hunter Wilds, and then also Ghost of Yeti. Like it's definitely
Yotei.
Like Yotei. Sorry, Yotei is
Yeti.
very much Yeti, the Ghost of Yeti. But no, Ghost of Yotei is definitely like another game as well that a lot of people are anticipating. And then I'll even give a little something to Death Stranding 2, even though like some people love it, some people hate it, whatever. But Grand Theft Auto 6 is definitely something that people have been waiting for years, ever since, GTA 5 like basically finished, even though the online stuff is still going on, and it's like constantly updated. But this is like definitely like the thing that people are just like anxiously wanting to come out already, and they're waiting it for it to release. It's like it's crazy. It's so much to the point that people have tried to come up with theories of when a new trailer is supposed to drop, supposedly, all these like fan theories and stuff like that. I think it just has such a commanding force of like people like waiting to be able to play this game. Yeah,
I agree. Grand Theft Auto is the one, right? I don't think anything else comes close to this. Grand Theft Auto is arguably the biggest game that's coming out in 2025. It's been almost it's been over 10 years since the last.
Over 10 years.
So
that's crazy. A whole decade.
Yeah. So Grand Theft Auto for sure.
What if this category was just set up and then they go Grand Theft Auto 6 wins and they go, guess what? There's a surprise. Here's a Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer and they drop it. The only reason this category was made was for the trailer.
Sorry, dogs are barking, so I have to wait for a second.
You're good. But what if this whole category was just only made for GTA 6 to announce a trailer at the Game Awards? Probably not gonna happen, but
this category has been here before, so it's not like it's a new category or anything. They didn't make it just for Grand Theft Auto. I will say Monster Hunter Wilds, they had their like beta a couple of weeks ago. That got really hot. Like people were playing the heck out of it.
Okay.
So I know people are excited for Monster Hunter Wilds, but yeah, Grand Theft Auto, and then I would probably say Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if you're a Metroid fan, Metroid 4, but yeah, I definitely think the powerhouse in this whole category is Grand Theft Auto.
Definitely.
And then Monster Hunter, and I guess Death Stranding. I don't know. Fuck that. I don't know. I feel like a dum-dum when it comes to Death Stranding. So
yeah, same.
Anyways, I'm going to vote for most anticipated game.
Whoa, we're voting live on the air. No.
Yep. All right, previous category. We're back to best adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. We have Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon, Yakuza, Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. Arcane won this a couple years ago, I believe, when it was Arcane. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Arcane. It might have been. I don't think it was Cyberpunk, because I know it was Cyberpunk and Arcane that were going up against each other that year.
It's a good category.
Arcane, the new Arcane season was really good. I just finished it last night. I will say this: the last 3 episodes feel really rushed. Like they were just like it felt like they could have easily added like another 3 episodes, because like some of the themes and like plot lines and stuff kind of just got dropped in the last 3 episodes of Arcane. But I kind of want to say it's going to be Fallout for me. I think Fallout's going to be the winner here. I think Fallout just came out and it was hot. Like it was really, it's a really good adaptation. I think it's very faithful to the games themselves. Very fun. I haven't seen Knuckles, so I can't really speak on that. I haven't seen Like a Dragon, Yakuza, and then I just couldn't get into Tomb Raider. I started it. I watched like the first 2 episodes and I was like, So
I'm going to say, first of all, I didn't know Like a Dragon had an adaptation at all. I was like,
it's apparently not very good according to like reviews and stuff. I haven't seen it, so I can't really speak on it, but
okay. I'll say this, that I know Arcane is like the first season when it came out was great. It won this category and everything. And then I've heard a lot of great things about the second season. I heard that it was great. It wasn't as great as the first season, but it was still like great. It was a great show. That's what I've heard. I've seen Fallout and I loved the Fallout series. I watched it, loved it, everything. It was very, not necessarily, I guess, campy, but I liked how the characters were portrayed of the 3 that you're following throughout this story. So that was good. Knuckles, never saw Knuckles, but like you kind of heard Knuckles when it first came out, and then you're like, after that, you're like, okay, all right. Everybody loves Knuckles, but only so much. Didn't hear about Like a Dragon, and then the Tomb Raider, I heard about it. I wanted to watch it, but then I heard mixed reviews about it, where some people were saying that the story wasn't all that well done, but the animation looks great, so it was kind of like a mixed bag. Yeah. But out of these, I would say my vote goes to Fallout, because I just think that it's very consistent. The characters are great, the writing was great, and it's really well done.
Yeah, I agree. I think like definitely like I'm kind of biased with this because I love Fallout to begin with, but like I definitely think Arcane had its moment. Let Fallout have its moment now, That's what I say. Let Fallout have its moment. But I definitely think Fallout's I think Arcane and Fallout definitely lead this pack of adaptations. So I'm gonna go with Fallout. We're voting Fallout here.
Whoa.
Okay. Not changing my vote. Previous. All right. Best multiplayer for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. We have Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party, Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. I think this is an easy win for Helldivers 2, I want to say, because I feel like Helldivers when it came out was hot, 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 and it's kind of died out as the months have gone on this year. They had like a big update where the space station got fixed, and now the big problem that Helldivers is facing, I don't know if you've seen this, is that the Helldivers were working to build this space station, and now the space station, you can call in orbital attacks and stuff on the planets, but now those orbital attacks are pretty much killing the Helldivers themselves. It's great.
Whoa.
It's great. It's a whole problem. People are complaining about it. It's funny to me. But I feel like Helldivers 2, like this is the year of Helldivers for this best multiplayer experience. I definitely think it's, for me, because I'm not very much of a multiplayer person, that has been the highlight of my year when it comes to multiplayer games. So
yeah.
I don't know. I can't see Super Mario Party Jamboree winning, but maybe they can. Maybe it'll be a surprise. Maybe everybody will be split between Helldivers 2 and all of these other ones that Super Mario Party comes out on top.
Interesting. I could see that. I would say definitely like Helldivers 2 is what I'm leaning towards, just because I've had a really great experience with it. And I think it's been really fun to play. I mean, we've played it together a lot. I think I've played it occasionally by myself. Just online, and it's been still a lot of fun to play. It's very interesting lore. Just the experience that I've had with it has been great. I played multiplayer on Black Ops 6, and it's cool. I mean, it's COD. You know, it's really fun. I can't really compare it to anything because I haven't played COD, and the last one was Black Ops 1. So it's been a very long time for me. I did hear a little bit about Mario Party Jamboree. A lot of people were having fun with it. They said it's a great experience, but not much of a impact compared to like Helldivers 2. Tekken 8, I think, is just Tekken 8. Nothing bad about that. I just don't think it's
a good fighter game. Fighting game.
Yeah, it's a fighting game. Yeah. And then Warhammer, I've heard a lot about Warhammer, but no one's really like made it. Like it made a big hit, and then it just kind of died down. And so, still a great game, but I just think that comparing all of these, Helldivers 2 has definitely had like the bigger impact when it comes to like a multiplayer game, personally.
Yeah, I agree. So we're going to go Helldivers 2? Got it.
Yes, for freedom. For democracy.
For democracy! Best sports / racing game. This category surprises me because college football is not on this, and I'm very surprised.
Oh yeah, why
for the best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game? We have F1 24, EA Sports FC 25, NBA 2K25, Topspin 2K25, and WWE 2K24. It's really funny is that 3 of these are from 2K, and then the other 2 are from EA.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, no college football, which is a surprise. Like I'm very surprised with how big that came out, because it's like college football is probably one of the, I don't know for a fact, I'm going to just spitball here. Yeah. But I'm assuming it's one of the most, probably one of the highest grossing games of the year, because like just how hot it was.
Say so. Yeah.
This category is weird for me because like other than 2K24, I haven't played any of these because I just don't play sports games that much. You know, I guess it's nice to see that tennis is back. I don't remember when the last Topspin game is. I remember playing Topspin a lot when I was younger. I have not played it recently. You know, and then of course FIFA is always, or I guess Football Club now is always in this category, right? And so same with NBA 2K25. Despite NBA 2K25, like the NBA games always having those microtransaction drama, you know,
a lot of people hate.
People still freaking put it in this category because I guess it's just that good. So I guess for me, this is going to be 2K24, WWE 2K24, because that's the only one I played.
Yeah.
So I can't really comment on anything else.
I could see that. I definitely, it's interesting because I don't know one person, not that they don't exist, but I don't know one person that said, I love Topspin 2K25.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, but I just have not heard anybody talk about it.
Same. I haven't. I didn't even know this came out, to be honest. So I didn't even know this was coming back.
Yeah.
So
I would say that if college game day or whatever it's called, college football, whatever,
yeah, just college football. EA Sports college football.
I would easily say that EA Sports college football would be the winner, but since it's not in here, I haven't heard anybody talk about F1 24. I've heard a couple people talk about 2K25, but it's still kind of like a love-hate relationship. And so with those microtransactions and just the overall experience, I've played 2K24 WWE, and then I've seen other people play the EA Sports FC 25. If I had to put money on it, my bet is between FC 25 and WWE 2K24. Mm-hmm. I want to lean towards WWE, but I have a feeling I think FC 25 is going to take it.
Yeah. We're both going to be wrong, and it's going to be Topspin.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm going for WWE 2K24. That's what we're
overwhelmingly.
This is the. By the way, this is the official vote of Respawn Please.
Podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Best sim/strategy game. Best game focused on real time or turn based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. So the first one we have up is Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kanutsugami Path of the Goddess, Manor Lords, and Unicorn Overlord. I've only played Manor Lords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've only played Manor Lords out of this category. I plan on playing Frostpunk 2 eventually. I love Frostpunk 1, but yeah, I've only ever played Manor Lords. It's fun. It's a city builder. It's also an early access, so this is fascinating. This is not even technically a complete game compared to the rest of these. So,
interesting.
I know Unicorn Overlord's an interesting one because it's more of an RPG than it is a strategy game. This is like of course it's like a strategy RPG, but this strikes me more as an RPG than a strategy game. But hey, I know people love Unicorn Overlord though.
Interesting.
And so I'm going to vote. I want to say Unicorn Overlord.
Okay.
Overlord because it wasn't nominated for anything. It wasn't nominated for RPG. So
okay,
I want to say Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah, I've seen Frostpunk 2, and I want to play that. I never played Frostpunk 1, but from what I've seen of Frostpunk 2, that looks really fun. I like the aesthetic of it, and then just the gameplay that I've seen looks really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen when Manor Lords first came out in early access, a lot of people were playing it. A lot of people were talking about it.
Yep.
It was all over Twitch and everything and Steam, and so I wanted to play it, but the more I looked at it, I wasn't drawn in as much. I was like, why is everybody talking about it? And so, but it looked cool. But I really don't have any other experience with the other three in here. So I'm just going to blindly vote here just because it's not my forte as much. But I'm going to say Unicorn Overlord.
All right.
Let's
Unified.
go.
Yeah. All right. Unicorn Overlord it is. Best family game for the best game appropriate for family play irrespective of genre or platform. Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire. I think this is going to be the first year in a very long time that Nintendo doesn't win, and I'm going to say it's going to be Astrobot.
Agree.
I think it's going to be Astrobot.
I 100% agree because at first I was like, ooh, Mario Party Jamboree. But when Astrobot came out, I kind of felt like it had a chokehold on everybody for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because of how fun it was. And like everyone, like I saw it all over social media constantly. And everybody would talk about it and just how great it is. It's such a great game. And the other games are fun for the most part. But I think that it's going to be between Super Mario Party Jamboree and Astrobot. But I think Astrobot's going to edge out Mario Party by a little bit.
I agree. I think Astrobot has this. I think this will be... Astrobot is just so darn charming. It's also the only one from this list that's nominated for Game of the Year. Spoilers.
Ooh.
So it'd be awkward for Astrobot not to win this category, and then somehow, well, that happens a lot. Like if you look at like the Academy Awards and stuff too, it happens a lot.
True.
Where like something's nominated for Best Picture, but not nominated for anything else. It's always weird that way. But Astrobot is definitely the winner here for me.
Nice.
I want to eventually play Plucky Squire though. I do want to eventually play it. I've started it and I just need to sit down with it and play it more. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Astrobot it is.
Astrobot. Dude, it has such a I hate the theme actually. People say the theme is good, but I'm like, man, it's stupid. But it's catchy because it's like, I am Astrobot. Anyways, best fighting game for the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. You got Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, Arcade Classics. Why the fuck is this name so long? Multiverses, and then Tekken 8. So for this category, I know like people love Sparking Zero, but I think just all around Tekken 8 is probably the best fighting game from this list. Though people were hot on Sparking Zero. So
I'll say that Sparking Zero basically kind of attracted all the people who grew up with Dragon Ball. And then also people who caught on like later as far as like the fighting games and stuff. And it kind of redefined itself as far as like Dragon Ball games goes, like it bringing back some classics while introducing some new characters and things like that of the story. And so it was great. I, for one, was super happy about the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection just because it's like they have a collection of the older games and it's amazing, it's beautiful. But with all that saying, I think Tekken 8 is going to win this.
Yeah.
Just because Tekken 8 was so beautiful. It's very fluid, very smooth. It's just beautiful all around. Maybe I would say that I'm not familiar with Grand Blue at all, so I know nothing about it. Multiverses kind of feels like it just got left.
I mean, Multiverses got shut down, like
it got shut down,
and then
so
got brought back. So it's such a weird story with this game.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Tekken 8 is going to take it.
Yeah, Tekken 8 for sure, I think, will be the winner here. All right. Best RPG for the best game design with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. We got Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. What's interesting about this category is that 3 of these games are also in Game of the Year.
Whoa.
So 2 of these games I don't think are going to come close. And that's Dragon's Dogma 2 and Infinite Wealth. So I think this category is actually very hard to decide because all of these deserve to be considered best RPG. Elden Ring is Elden Ring. People love Elden Ring.
Of course.
Final Fantasy VII. Everybody loves Final Fantasy VII. Metaphor Fantasio, however you want to pronounce it. It's a new game from the original Persona team and all that. And it is absolutely wonderful. And then, of course, Like a Dragon's great. And Dragon's Dogma, by all accounts, was good as well. I've only played, out of this list, Metaphor ReFantazio. Haven't gotten around to Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Honestly, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth is the only other one on this category I would actually play. Because I'm just not a Final Fantasy person. You know how I feel about Elden Ring and Dragon's Dogma. This is hard for me to decide because I think whoever wins this category wins Game of the Year. I think I'm going to make that bold prediction.
You think so? Okay.
I think if Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree wins, it wins Game of the Year. If Final Fantasy VII wins, it wins Game of the Year. If Metaphor Fantasio, I think one of these 2 games wins Game of the Year if they win this category. That's my bold prediction. I'm going to be here. And my bold prediction, because of being fresh and new, is Metaphor Fantasio.
Wow.
I think that's my choice here.
Bet your money now, everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Metaphor Fantasio 1 is one of the highest rated games of the year, just in general. When you look at its Metacritic score and the OpenCritic score, it's relatively fresh. The art style is absolutely gorgeous. It's an amazing story. The gameplay is fantastic. It's an elevation of normal Persona sort of stuff, but elevated to an even next level that I think future Persona games need to adapt to because Metaphor ReFantazio does is just fantastic. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has already, like the Final Fantasy VII remake has already had its moment to shine. And Elden Ring also already had its moment to shine. So let's give it to Metaphor ReFantazio, is my opinion. But
I get that. I would say that out of these, it's definitely, I think, between the 3 that are in that category for Game of the Year. Nothing against Dragon's Dogma 2, which is great. A lot of people liked it. People had mixed feelings about it. Like Dragon Infinite Wealth was also another great game. So I think for me in this category, I actually think it's between 2. And it's tough because a part of me is pulling me what I want to win and then also what I think is going to win. I think it's between ReFantazio and also Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. I think that it will be Metaphor ReFantazio that's going to win this category. Just because I think Elden Ring, this was DLC, which was still great. A lot of people loved it and they thought that they're like, wow, this is even more of what we love, what we like, and it's great. But I think for what Metaphor ReFantazio has done, just how beautiful it is, the story, just the gameplay of it. I think this, kudos to the team that worked on this because they did everything and more for the game, and it's so beautiful. And I think that people who have played it can they themselves will be like, yeah, this is an amazing game. It's just crazy, and it's great. I still have yet to touch it, but I've seen people play it, and I've watched a couple of things of just gameplay. But it's been it looks, by all accounts, amazing. One of the standouts of this year.
So Metaphor ReFantazio is what we're going to vote on?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
There we go. All right. Next up, we have Best Action/Adventure Game. For the Best Action Adventure Game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, we have Astrobot. Anyways, The Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. I think Astrobot wins this category.
You think so?
I think it's between Astrobot or Silent Hill 2. Nothing against Prince of Persia. Nothing like Star Wars Outlaws is not going to win anything. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, maybe Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, but even then, it wasn't. Again, if we're basing this off of like critic score and like Metacritic and open score, Astrobot by far has the highest out of all of these. Prince of Persia: Lost Crown is really good game by all accounts. I haven't played it. It's supposed to be really good, but then you have to look at the fact that Ubisoft closed down the team that made it, or like spun the team off, which is insane. Because it was well received and everything, but like I feel like it's going to be Astrobot or Silent Hill 2. I feel like this is a really weird category for Silent Hill 2 to be in. But
it is.
You know,
I wouldn't have put it in the action adventure genre, but or the category. But still, I agree with you. Because it sucks for Prince of Persia just because it kind of went under the radar. A lot of people were praising it, but it just didn't get out there, and not a lot of people were convinced, I guess, from just watching the stuff. But I heard a lot of great stuff about it. Same thing with the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, where I heard a lot of great stuff about it, but it just feel like it didn't leave a mark or anything. Silent Hill 2 was definitely one that was going back and forth of like, this game looks like it sucks. And then it came back and people are like, this game's actually great. They're like, wow, it lives up to the Silent Hill genre, and like it's true to it. And then Astrobot is a whole nother thing. And then now, as I say all that, I do agree. I think Astrobot will win this just because it's a lovable robot on a lovable adventure. Yeah. I don't think Silent Hill's going to come close, but
I think I definitely think Star Wars Outlaws is the low one on the list. I don't imagine Star Wars Outlaws ever winning this category. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Prince of Persia, maybe they want to give maybe, you know, voters and stuff want to give Prince of Persia the flowers for it. But, you know, Astrobot is the way to go for me. So we're going to go on Astrobot. All right. Nice. Next up is Best Action Game. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat, we've got Black Myth: Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. So, give you a first preview of something. In the Golden Joystick Awards just happened. They gave Black Myth: Wukong Game of the Year. So Black Myth: Wukong is the first Game of the Year from like any sort of outlets so far.
Interesting.
Just a spoiler there for folks. From this category, I don't think you can go. I don't think any one of these games would be the wrong choice. I think they're all really good. All of them reviewed relatively well. All of them do something fairly fun and unique for within their genre. I think each one of these is a very different genre too.
Definitely.
You can make an argument that Call of Duty, Helldivers, and Warhammer are all like shooty, but even then that's a little different. The way you're playing and doing stuff in those games.
Exactly.
And Wukong, Black Myth, Wukong, and Stellar Blade, again, similar, but very different as well. So for me, this is a hard category to decide. Sorry, my dog is barking. He's losing his stupid mind. I'm going to just power through this. Hopefully he stops soon. I'm going to go with Black Myth: Wukong on this. I think Black Myth: Wukong is going to come out the winner here.
And that's tough because all these games do something good in their own right. It's like because Warhammer looked great, Stellar Blade looked great, Helldivers, Call of Duty. I think tell me whatever, but I think Call of Duty is Call of Duty. But it's still great. It knows how to do Call of Duty very well. I think I agree with you. I think the standout to me personally is Black Myth: Wukong, just because. This is a game, I don't know if you remember when we talked about this, like way before when it was announced, we were like, Black Myth: Wukong, whatever. I would say that a lot of people weren't expecting it to really do too much, if anything. It was just going to be like another, I forgot the name of that other game that before Black Myth: Wukong came out. There was another game that was like released that was kind of in the
Fallen Dynasty or something like that.
There you go, Wolong, Fallen Dynasty. And maybe we thought that it'd be something like that similarly, but this one kind of had a life of its own and just took off even more. And so I do think that for me personally, I think I'm going to go with Black Myth Wukong as far as like the best action game, just because, I think it just did it did the action very well, and just it's very well done.
And let's be real, all the pervs are going to vote for Stoa Blade. Let's be real.
Of course.
Sorry, I have to take a random stray at the. I have to take a random stray. Sorry, everybody. Best VR/AR game. Do you want to vote on this? Because I don't really care. I mean,
no.
Apparently, Batman Arkham Shadow is really good, and Asgard's Wrath is really good.
Vote Batman.
Vote Batman. Okay, I'll vote Batman for you.
Never vote against Bruce Wayne.
Neither one of us have any familiarity with VR, so yeah, can't really comment. Though Asgard's Wrath is supposed to be really good and like the best VR experience ever. So we probably should have voted for that, but whatever.
Ooh, well,
Batman. Best mobile game for the best game playable on a mobile device. You got AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon TCG Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero. So I've played 1, 2, 3 of these games. Interestingly enough, one of these games is nominated for Game of the Year.
Whoa!
One of these games, Game of the Year material. So it'll be awkward if it does not win.
It does not win.
But Balatro is also nominated for Game of the Year. It's interesting because I don't play Balatro on mobile. Like, I don't consider Balatro a mobile game.
Yeah.
I play it on my PC. I have it on Steam. It's my go-to game when I'm just like sitting around doing nothing and I can't think of anything to do. I just throw Balatro on and just play that because I absolutely love Balatro. I think Balatro is brilliant. So it's hard for me to consider this a mobile game because I don't play it on my mobile. The only game I play on mobile is Pokemon TCG. Like even Zenless Zone Zero, I play on PC through the Epic Game Store. Which this is just a gacha game similar to it's from the same folks of what's that, Genshin Impact. So it's more of the same with that, but like with a more like almost Persona like spin to it. But yeah, man, I have a feeling it's going to be Balatro is going to win this category just because of its Game of the Year nominated. My heart says Pokemon TCG Pocket because that's what I play on mobile. So I don't know. I'm going to default to what you want to pick here. So because my heart says Pokemon TCG, but I have a feeling it's going to be Balatro.
I'm throwing a curveball here. I say it's going to be Pokemon TCG Pocket.
Okay.
Now the reason why I say that is because of the reason that you just said earlier, because most of the time I did not know Balatro was even on mobile. Yeah. I only thought it was like on PC or like, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. Yeah. I didn't know it was on mobile at all. Nobody talks about playing it on mobile most of the time that I've heard. A lot of people are just playing it on their PC or whatever. But I did hear of Zenless Zone Zero. I actually have it, but I never even played it. I just, it's free, whatever.
It's fun.
But I think it'll be Pokemon TCG, I think personally.
Yeah. Again, it's so hard to say because like I don't know anything about Wuthering Waves or whatever this game is called.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's probably a gacha game similar to Zenless Zone Zero. And then AFK Journey has been a thing forever. I feel like so. Or games like AFK Journey. Anyways, yeah, let's just do Pokemon. It's gonna probably be Balatro, but whatever. We're gonna go Pokemon. Nice. Best debut indie game. For the best debut created by a new independent studio, we have Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, The Plucky Squire. And then what's interesting about this is that Animal Well is really good, Balatro is really good, Manor Lords is really good. I haven't played Pacific Drive, but I'm assuming it's good. And The Plucky Squire is, by all accounts, good too. Again, it's so awkward to have Balatro's Game of the Year and then not win like its categories that it's in,
Yeah, true.
So I feel like it's going to be Balatro is my guess here, but
I agree.
I could see it being Animal Well too because Animal Well was hot. Like people love this game. Not really a game for me, Animal Well, because it's like a 2D platformer-y type game, so I'm probably never going to really play it. But it's like a retro style 2D game at that, and it's just that vibe is just not me. That aesthetic is just not something I'd normally look for. So, Balatro is probably going to win this category, I would assume.
Yeah, I think that Balatro, just because I think it had a bigger impact, and I think it had the better debut. Even though the other games were hot for the moment that they had, I think Balatro still has a chokehold on people, just because of how easy it is to just get in and play, a couple games and then be done and get out. And I think Balatro is I think it was well done overall. Not that the others weren't, but it's just Balatro just it's got that right rhythm.
Yeah, I agree. Balatro it is. Boom, boom. All right. Next up, we have Best Independent Game for Outstanding Creative Technical Achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. We have Animal Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eye, Neva, which is from our favorite game ever that we played. You know, the Grease. I joke. It was we did not rank that high on our list, did we? And then UFO 50. You know, Neva is absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful game. Like just like Gris was beautiful, Neva is absolutely, completely, and utterly beautiful game.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God, you need to look at it. It's just so gorgeous.
Okay.
But again, this category it's such a weird thing, man.
Yeah.
It could be Animal, it could be Balatro. I don't think really any of the other ones are going to be in the conversation. Again, I think it's going to be Balatro though. Like it's so. I don't know, man. I watch us be completely wrong and Balatro not win anything, but
yeah, very true.
It feels so weird to have Balatro in all these categories and then not win something. It's gonna win something, but yeah. UFO 50 is really cool. It's like 50 different games,
okay,
like small games and stuff. It's really cool. And then I'm interested in Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. I have it on my Steam list. I'm eventually gonna play it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it comes down to Animal and Balatro. I think it's going to be Balatro though.
I think, this is tough. I was about to say Animal personally, but the reasoning in my head that I just thought, I was like, I don't know if that makes any sense for the last vote that I just casted. I was going to say that because they're both great games. Balatro it's just so well done. Animal if you're into the 2D platformer, is really well done. It's really fun. Between those two, part of me is saying just take a chance, and for me, I'm gonna pick Animal.
All right, we're gonna go Animal then. Be different.
Nice
to be different. All right, Animal it is. Best community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game update / patches. We got Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. I think it's going to go to Helldivers just because of like what Helldivers does with its social media. Because of how, you know, they basically use the social media as lore dumps. Their patch notes and stuff are all written from the perspective of lore. You know what I mean? Like,
interesting. Yeah,
it's all from that perspective. They're like, you know, Helldivers, blah, 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 blah. It's such a fascinating way to do social media and communicate with your community. Whether people like it or not, I don't know. I enjoy it. I like it. I think it's cool. So I would go with Helldivers 2 here for best community support. I could see it being No Man's Sky though, because No Man's Sky just pumps out content all the fucking time, man.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky is like such a fascinating, because No Man's Sky gets nominated for this category like every year.
Every year.
And then Fortnite's Fortnite, Final Fantasy's Final Fantasy, Baldur's Gate 3. I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 hasn't, I mean, there's been big updates and stuff. They added like more endings for the Dark Urge playthrough and stuff. They've added like more evil endings and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I love Baldur's Gate 3, don't get me wrong. I think Baldur's Gate 3 is one of the best games ever made in like the last 10 years. But I feel like it's dwindling down, and I feel like Helldivers 2 is the way to go for this category. I don't know though. What do you think?
I agree. I think that this one, Helldivers 2, is going to take it just for the simple fact of like what you're saying, just what they do with their social media. And I think that this year they've done a little bit more than the rest of the games. I could, agree to disagree, but I think that Helldivers 2, it seems like they have tried to like keep up with what everybody's asking for, what they're looking for in the game to like keep it going. And they've had their hiccups, but I think overall compared to the rest, I think Helldivers 2 is going to take it just because of what they have achieved this year.
Yeah, other than the big hiccup of like the you needing a Sony account, PlayStation PSN account and stuff, that stuff happened earlier.
Exactly. That would say that's really
the biggest hiccup they've had, and then general people rumbles of lack of content. But even then, like the social media side has just been incredible with Helldivers 2, in my opinion. This is a very weird picture to pick for Fortnite, by the way.
For Fortnite,
Like I don't know what this is, but this does not scream Fortnite to me. This,
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
so I'm just very off put by this. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out. That was a very odd picture for Fortnite there. Best ongoing awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. For this category, I actually don't think Helldivers 2 will win this category.
Whoa.
Because I don't think their ongoing content is changing enough of the game to warrant this. I think it's going to come down to Diablo or Destiny 2. I think.
Really? Okay.
Because Destiny 2's the latest, the newest expansion for Destiny 2 was a very hit. Like it was both critically and at least on the critical side. I can't really say on the consumer side, but critically, Destiny 2's latest expansion really hit. Same with Diablo 4, like the latest expansion, the Vessel of Hatred it hit hard. I can't really speak on the Final Fantasy 14 stuff, but I know it came out with an expansion this year, I want to say. And then Fortnite's Fortnite always. So Fortnite is Fortnite. They're always doing something different, always changing something. But I feel like this might be the year of Destiny 2 or Diablo 4. I don't know which one I will pick, but I'll default to whatever you say in this category.
I'm picking Destiny 2.
Oh yeah?
Let's vote Destiny 2 just because I think the Diablo 4 has been great. I actually need to jump back in just because I haven't jumped back in it in a long time. But I enjoyed it a lot, but I want to get back into it and just go through everything. But let's just go with Destiny 2.
Let's go with Destiny 2. All right. I know you don't even like Destiny.
No, I don't, but I think that you convinced me.
Nice. Best games for impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. We got Closer the Distance, Indica, Neva, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kenzara Zhao. So, of this list, I've only played so far. The only one I played is Senua's Saga from this list. I'm eventually going to play Life is Strange Double Exposure because I love Life is Strange. I'm going to eventually play Neva because I really like the art style. I'm never going to play Tales of Kenzara because it's similar to, its play style is similar to like Prince of Persia and that style of gameplay and stuff. Apparently it's very good, like on a story level, because it's about dealing with death and all of that stuff. I've never heard of Indica at all. And then I don't know what Close to the Distance is either. So this one's kind of up for grabs. I don't know where to go with this. Senua's Saga, I guess, because it's the only one I played.
I want to say because Senua's Saga I thought it was a great game. It had its gripes where maybe like the battle or like certain things, but I think the sound design is so well done.
This isn't for sound design. Beautiful. This is for games of impact. Meaningful messaging. That have a meaningful message.
It's tough to talk about everything else. I have a feeling as much as I liked Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, I think Neva is going to win it. I think Neva.
Neva? Okay, let's go with Neva. I'm going to go default to you. Neva needs to win something because it's absolutely gorgeous. So. Yeah. Innovation and accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. We have Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, and Star Wars Outlaws. For this, I'm going to say Dragon Age the Veilguard because it is the accessibility options from what I've seen when I've gone to the accessibility page is deep. You can change a lot of aspects from from visual things to difficulty and all that. You can change a lot. Same with Star Wars Outlaws, though. I think Star Wars Outlaws. If Star Wars Outlaws wins anything, it'll probably be this category. I never pay attention to the accessibility for Diablo 4. As much as I've played Diablo 4 and as much as I love Diablo 4, I never paid attention to the accessibility options. And then same with Call of Duty. I haven't dived into the menus with Call of Duty. I've only done that with Dragon Age the Veilguard and Star Wars Outlaws. So I can't really speak on either one of those, but I can speak on Dragon Age and Star Wars Outlaws. And I think it's going to be Dragon Age the Veilguard, though.
I was going to say, I think probably Dragon Age the Veilguard. I think we give it to them.
Yeah. This is the only category Dragon Age is nominated for.
Ooh.
Fucking Dragon Age. Best performance awarded to an individual for voice over acting, motion, and or performance capture. We have Brianna White for Final Fantasy Rebirth, I don't remember who she was in that. So Hannah Tell, Life is Strange Double Exposure, which I believe she is Max. Humberly Gonzalez, she was the main character in Star Wars Outlaws. We have Luke Roberts, Silent Hill 2, which is the main guy in Silent Hill that you play as. And then Melina Jorgens, Senua Saga, she plays Senua. She's already won this. She won this back for the first game. So for Senua.
I'm going to say I enjoyed her performance a lot in this game. In Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Just, man, she put on a great performance. It was like watching a movie. And so I think it's really great. I'm unfamiliar. I know I've saw some of the Silent Hill 2 and maybe some of the Star Wars Outlaws. Of course, haven't seen Life is Strange Double Exposure, and then a little bit of Final Fantasy, but I apologize. I'm not sure what character she plays in.
I think that one I'm looking up real quick.
Okay. So. I would say for me personally, I think my vote is Melina Jorgens, just because man, her performance as Senua is it's so great.
She played Aerith. She played Aerith, so a very important character to Final Fantasy.
For me, I think it goes to Senua. Melina, excuse me.
Melina again. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I could see it going to Brianna White too, just because people love Final Fantasy. I don't imagine Double Exposure or Star Wars Outlaws getting this. Humberly and Hannah, but maybe, I don't know.
It's up in the air.
And then I feel like Silent Hill 2 was just kind of thrown in here. I'm going to be honest. Because like I've like watched a good chunk of Silent Hill 2. I've like streamers and stuff. I'm probably never going to play it myself, but like the performance, like nothing, like Luke, he's great, right? Like he's fantastic. Just nothing's remarkable about it, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
yeah, agreed.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to go with Melina as well. She's won it before, and her performance has always been great with Senua. So, but yeah, she when she won it back, whenever the first Senua game came out, when she won it, she came out in a one of those what is the suit called that they wear from motion capture? Mocap suit.
Oh, the mocap suits. Yeah,
she came to the stage in a mocap suit. So yeah. Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. We got Astrobot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Senua Saga Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. I think it should go to Senua Saga, just because I think the sound design is by far the best sound design in a video game ever. But, you know, whatever. What do I know?
Yes, no, it definitely, I personally agree. Hellblade, if they win anything, it needs to be this, just because I played this whole game with my headphones on, and oh my God, everything sounded great. Just everything was done so well, mixed well. Yeah. The audio design for just the environments and just the gameplay was, to me, perfect. Chef's kiss.
I agree. I'm sure it's going to be Final Fantasy though, but you know, whatever. Should be Senua. We're going to go Senua. Next up is best score and music for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and our licensed soundtrack. We got Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade. You know, I don't personally like the theme song for Astrobot at all. So I'm just going to take that away. But I think this category comes down to Final Fantasy VII and Metaphor ReFantazio. Final Fantasy, because the music in Final Fantasy is always fucking good. Like, it's always good, right? And then Metaphor ReFantazio also has an awesome soundtrack. Stellar Blade has a good soundtrack too, but it's a good soundtrack, but it doesn't hold a candle to like Final Fantasy or even Metaphor. And then Silent Hill 2, I didn't know people liked Silent Hill 2 stuff like that. You know?
I didn't know either.
I didn't know.
I don't even know the score or anything.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you a single score from that. But Metaphor, ReFantazio, and Final Fantasy, I think, are going to be one of the two. I'm going to say Final Fantasy 7, but I want it to go to Metaphor. But I think it's going to be Final Fantasy 7.
That's tough, because I agree. Final Fantasy, they have a great track record of like great scores. I don't know why there's some part of me that feels like Astrobot might take it just because of the score that you don't like.
Astrobot, because it's catchy. It has this whole catchy thing.
Exactly. Where you want something catchy and simple, but versus like Final Fantasy, where they make something like emotional with strings and an orchestra just going on. But no, I'll say Final Fantasy. I think because they always hit it out of the park with music.
Yeah. All right, next up is Best Art Direction for outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. You got Astrobot, you got Black Myth Wukong, you got Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Neva. For me, this comes down to only 2 games. Metaphor ReFantazio and Neva. Nothing against Elden Ring. I think Elden Ring, obviously beautiful to look at art direction wise. Black Myth Wukong, like it feels basic when the art direction feels kind of basic. Like it feels like a standard fantasy anime sort of thing. And then Astrobot is Astrobot. Like I don't actually understand why Astrobot's in this category. Because I mean it looks good, but like it's just Astrobot. But yeah, I feel like Neva and Metaphor ReFantazio here, because Neva is just so unique, and I feel like Metaphor ReFantazio is also so unique in its approach with their art styles. I want to say I want to say Neva actually, but I think it might be Metaphor ReFantazio. If I really want to be realistic, it's probably gonna be Elden Ring.
That's no, I think Metaphor ReFantazio looks so great. I think it stands out above the rest in this list personally. Not to take away from anybody else, but I just think that the art design was like just done so well for it. It literally feels like it's something that like came from the future. It just feels like brand new, fresh, and it's just like a new take on the game design for me personally. So I think it's Metaphor, but
all right, let's go Metaphor. Yeah, I want Neva to win. I want Metaphor to win, and then it's going to be Elden Ring in the end. My cat's throwing up.
Uh-oh.
My cat, not my little baby, but my other cat, Garrus.
Uh-oh.
You okay, Garrus? Yeah. He's fine. He's just throwing up. I'll clean it up later. It's a hairball, probably. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. We have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Sinuous Saga Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2. The game that I do feel like we just got thrown into this is Sinuous Saga. I don't think the narrative for Sinuous Saga is that great. I think it's going to come down to Metaphor and Final Fantasy.
I was going to say, to the Game of the Year nominees. Yeah. Personally.
This is a hard one. I think, again, bias here, because I think it should go to Metaphor, because I'm going to, listen, let's be real. I'm going to suck the penis of Studio Zero every day, because I love Persona games. So
that's hilarious. This is tough.
But like, it's Final Fantasy. People love Final Fantasy, so I don't know. Yeah. I'm going Metaphor just because I love Metaphor.
I mean, it's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is just a retelling of the Final Fantasy we already got.
Yeah.
So it's not really bringing in anything new into this category.
It's not bringing anything new. Fuck that game.
No, I think Metaphor will win this. But if it's the best narrative, which we'll get to eventually, it makes you think, well, why doesn't it just win Game of the Year?
Yeah.
If it's, it makes you think.
I might be too high on Metaphor, and it's probably not going to win anything. So I'm going to go Metaphor, though. All right. And then we have Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. We got Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. All of these games, I think, could easily win this category. I think each of these are very, game direction wise, I think each of these are unique. I think Balatro is at the bottom of this list.
Okay.
But it could be a surprise winner, Maybe everybody's so torn between all the other ones that Balatro wins.
True.
But yeah, for me, I guess I'm gonna go Metaphor like all the other categories. I think I'm hyping Metaphor too much though.
All right, this is where we differ. I think
I'll default to you on this one.
I'm gonna pick something that I think is gonna take it, but it's not gonna take it by a lot. I think it's actually a close category. I think that a lot of these are like a hair or two away from the finish line. They're just so close to each other. I think personally that because I think it got a lot more known on like social media. I've just seen it everywhere more so than the other games. I think Black Myth Wukong is going to take this one.
Okay, Black Myth Wukong. Okay.
Yep.
Again, I think all of them deserve to win. So, all right. And then we have Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. We have Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio.
Ooh, this is tough.
As I said with the RPG category, I think whichever game, Elden Ring, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or Metaphor ReFantazio, whoever wins the RPG category is going to win Game of the Year.
Okay.
But I could see, because Black Myth Wukong already won. Black Myth Wukong already won a Game of the Year award from the Golden Joystick Awards or whatever. I could see it being Black Myth Wukong. But I could also make the argument for Astrobot. I could also see Astrobot winning. I don't think I could see Balatro winning overall. I think Balatro is going to win the indie categories. Okay. I don't think it's going to win Game of the Year. Okay. I think I could see. This is where I think again.
This is tough.
It's hard because I know I said, whichever one of these wins, whichever Elden Ring, Final Fantasy, or Metaphor wins Best RPG, I think is going to win Game of the Year. Mm-hmm. But I could see everything being split and Astrobot coming out the winner. You know what I mean?
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that too. This is like the toughest category because they're all
incredible. They're all incredible. By all accounts, they're all incredible games. So
they all do something very well. Yeah. It's all about, to me, I think of like what's something that made it stand above.
Do you want to throw your hat into the argument here? You know, I don't know if you've seen the drama about Elden Ring. Oh, it's DLC. Yes. Why is it Game of the Year? That doesn't make any sense. So if you want to throw your hat in and be like, DLC should not be nominated, you can do that. I don't personally give a shit because I don't think award shows actually matter that much, but whatever.
This is my thing with that. I think it really doesn't matter, but I think the thing is that people only, I think, say that when they feel like they're afraid, I guess they're like of it winning and people being like, oh my God, whatever. But when you compare it to the other games on the list, I actually think that Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree is towards the bottom of this list when you compare it to the rest of these when it comes to Game of the Year, just because Elden Ring, when it first came out, it had all that hype and, it was beloved for a year and still loved and everything. But I think that Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree just gave you more Elden Ring. It didn't really do much else, which is nothing wrong with that. But I think that when you look at the rest of these games, I think that they did a lot more. And I think one of these games that I'm leaning towards, I think it like stands out above it. Personally, because it's tough because like you said, a lot of these games could easily win it just because how great they are. But I personally think the one that I want to win, that I think will win, because I think that it's done something in its game design, in its art direction, in its music score, better than the rest of these. Personally, I think that Metaphor ReFantazio should win this.
I was hoping you were going to say Astrobot.
Astrobot because Astrobot. No, I think Astrobot's great, but I think that when you compare it to everything else, I think that Metaphor did I think it just stands above everything else. I could also see Black Myth Wukong. Black Ops Wukong. Sorry for the Black Myth Wukong winning as well, because that is also great, and I think that it actually did a better job of being Elden Ring than Shadow of the Erdtree did, personally, in its own way. But I think it's between, for me personally, Black Myth Wukong or Metaphor ReFantazio. But I think Metaphor ReFantazio will win it, I think.
Yeah, I want Metaphor ReFantazio to win it. Again, I think I have a strong feeling whichever one of those games wins RPG, whether it's Elden Ring.
The whole thing.
Yeah. But I could see a split vote either pushing Black Myth Wukong or Astrobot to being Game of the Year, where it's just like so many people are voting in different ways that Black Myth or Astrobot gets elevated. Again, I think Balatro will win the indie categories that it's in. I don't think it's going to win Game of the Year. And that's not to say Balatro is not a good game, because it's incredible. I think Balatro is up there on my list of personal Game of the Year because I just love it. But Metaphor ReFantazio is the one that I want to win, because I just love the Persona games. I love the team at Studio Zero and stuff. And Metaphor ReFantazio was just a unique and fresh of breath air for the year, I think. That was the nominees and our votes for the Game Awards. The Game Awards is going to be on,
December 6th?
December 12th.
Or 9th? Oh, December 12th.
So it's going to be a Thursday, December 12th.
Now, place your bets. Do you think we have another situation where someone comes up like last year, some random person,
and they
interrupt? Yeah, it was last year. There was like that kid that came up there randomly.
Mm.
He just fit in.
Yeah.
Now, what are the chances something like that happens again?
I have no idea. That'd be funny. That would be funny. I could have sworn that happened the year before.
My whole thing is about all these categories. Angerfoot not mentioned once. Not once at all. Yeah. What the fuck? What's going on?
Why do you think Angerfoot needs to? I haven't played. I haven't played Angerfoot, so I don't know. But
here's the thing, though. I see Angerfoot is basically if you you played what was the one the game that was like about the colors about it's like basically like a speed running game where you're going through getting cards and using them to like get.
Oh, you're talking about RoboQuest?
No, not RoboQuest. That's it's like a RoboQuest, but it's there was one on what's it called on Game Pass. I forgot it. There was like white, green, and it's like a story about you're in the afterlife. Used to play. I'd have to look it up.
I have no
idea. But anyway, it plays the exact same. I'd have to. Are
you talking about Neon White?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, Neon White. It plays like Neon White, except for the fact you're using guns instead. Okay. Yeah. And so, but if you're not into that, I mean, hey, you're just not into it. But I have a blast with it, and so it's a very silly, non-serious, unserious game. So
yeah. Is it on Game Pass?
No, it's not on Game Pass. It's only on Steam.
And I can't play it because I'm not paying money for that when I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not.
I wish Steam could do something where you could give like a 5-10 minute demo of a game if your friend owned it. Be like, here, try it out. And then
you can share accounts. You can share accounts with people.
Whoa, we don't talk like that here. No.
Yeah. I think I don't really have any like big issues. I know there's been like drama with like people going, oh, this game's stubbed, that game's stubbed. Elden Ring shouldn't be Game of the Year nominated. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever, man. My stance with all of this, like, as much as I enjoy watching the Game Awards, none of this matters, right? Like, it's all a popularity contest at the end of the day. Like, whatever games that people like the most, that's what's going to really win. I mean, also, this isn't to downplay like all the hard work that people are putting into these games, because like, I think we should recognize every developer and be like, let's celebrate the developers. Again, and I've said this before, and like you get it with like the DICE Awards and stuff, but like the Game Awards, it's all just publicity and trying to sell the games rather than celebrating the devs themselves. I think that's something I have to come to recognize, because as much as the Game Awards wants to say, oh, we're celebrating games, it's like, well, you're just trying to sell games, not really celebrate them, because if we want to celebrate them, we should be celebrating the devs. And again, that's for another Game Awards, for like the DICE Awards and stuff like that. So I completely understand. And like, this isn't to knock the Game Awards. I appreciate the Game Awards being a thing, but at the end of the day, it's like, it is what it is. So
yeah, I'll say this, that definitely we should definitely give more recognition to the devs and all the creators of these video games, because they work their ass off to bring us great video games, great adventures, great stories. And they should be shown more and talked about more. And also too, I'll say this, that just because if your game does or doesn't win at the Game Awards does not make it less than if you really enjoyed the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what does it matter if your game doesn't win a category or wasn't nominated? Like, how does that affect you enjoying the game in the future?
Exactly. There are a lot of games I like that a lot of people hate, and it's vice versa. But I have fun with it. I enjoy it. I play it. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I love Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Got nominated for only accessibility. So, it's not not being nominated for anything really doesn't take away my enjoyment of the game. So,
exactly.
And again, like those freaks out there that like Sonic. None of your Sonic stuff was nominated. I guess Knuckles was. You little Sonic freaks.
Sonic freaks.
Yeah, have you not seen like the TikTok video of people like gushing over their feet and shit? It's like, what's wrong with you, Sonic freaks,
very
man?
Interesting. It's a different way weirdos. To show appreciation.
Listen, I understand people have their kinks. I understand. I appreciate that. You can have your kinks. Like what you like. But you Sonic people, you're fucking disgusting. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Oh my gosh,
you guys are freaks. So anyways, wind us down.
Everybody, thanks so much for tuning in to the Respawn Please podcast. You can catch our podcast on our YouTube, the video version, Drops every Monday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern, or excuse me, Central. You can catch the audio version as well, available everywhere you get podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube as well as our podcast on wherever you get them. And make sure to leave a thumbs up, hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos, as well as following us on social media at Respawn Please Podcast on TikTok and Instagram. And let us know what y'all think Game of the Year will be. Or how maybe you're upset your game didn't even get nominated, like Angerfoot wasn't. But hey, thanks for tuning in.
I have a quick confession.
Uh-huh.
I'm one of the Sonic freaks.
Whoa.
Bye.
Isn't it funny? You just... Bye.